What up? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And look at you. You done stumbled upon little OTB Saints, where we bring you all the latest black and gold coverage.
Who are the Saints going to draft? Who's going to be their quarterback? What does the salary cap look like? All that information and more.
Hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe. What about Shuck, though? What's the biggest takeaways from rookie minicamp and our first times getting eyes on him? The biggest takeaways besides that he's very tall, because that seems to be the most commented on attribute of Tyler Shuck thus far.
Number one, I mean, I think he just carries himself really well. Like
really
being 25 in some senses, I think are a positive attribute. Just in the way, like there's just like a maturity when you look at him on the field. There's a maturity when you talk to him. There's a maturity there that there's a big difference between being 21 and 25. Like
yes,
there just is. Like
yes.
Yeah, when you're 21, you're still an idiot. Like when you're 25, you're like trying not to be an idiot, and you're aware when you are an idiot. Like, so I think that's a good positive attribute. I think being around a lot of football, maybe not a ton of on-field experience, but being around a ton of football helps. They do the snaps where you're under center, and there's a fluidity to him being able to take a snap that a lot of rookies, when they come in, it's just like, wow, they really did play all their snaps in shotgun, and you see that. But the biggest takeaway for me, and there's no real defense. Like, it's just a drill. It's one play. We got 45 minutes of it. The one thing you see that makes you, perk up a little bit is going to be that you're going to make way too much of it. So I say that to say, like, I'm about to overblow this, but there was a couple drills. There was one where they got the pads on the ground, and you're running over them, and there's 5 pads, and it's going from the middle of the field to the left sideline, and he goes over these pads. Well, first Hunter Deckers goes over it, and it looks okay. Like, he's an athlete. He goes to throw the ball, wobbles a little bit. Like, it's not on a line or anything. Throw the ball to the front corner of the end zone. Like, Shuck goes over it, and it was just, like, so fluid. He makes the throw across his body, off platform, lower arm angle. It's a dart. It hits, like, right at the cone in the corner of the end zone. And it kind of made you go, like, oh, my God. Because, like, it popped. Like, that was the first moment where it was, okay, there's a huge differentiator between him and this other guy on the field. Like, before that, they're throwing back-to-back, one right-handed, one left-handed routes on air. And it looks pretty similar. Like, Tyler has a better arm, but it's pretty similar. And then you see that, and it's like, wow, like, this is what you saw on film. That's the Notre Dame throw. And then, like, they go into, like, bootlegs and RPOs, and, like, those movement skills paired with the ability to throw on the move is just a little bit different than what we've been seeing around here. Obviously, I think everything with him, though, I think all camp we're going to be like, man, he looked good. He made good decisions. He did this, he did that. But I think the thing with him, it's going to be, like, how he handles pressure in a game. And I think his whole entire career is going to hinge on that one singular point, and it's probably not going to show up in practice. It's going to be, can he stand in there? Can he take the hits? Does he panic? Does he throw the ball away? That was kind of the stuff that went sideways on his college film. Everything else looked great. I mean, like, his ability to move, his ability to run, all that stuff. Like, he's a much better athlete than they've had at that position. And also, yes, he is very, very tall.
Hey, walk us through what you think the offensive line left to right is going to look like, because you've got multiple first-round picks. Obviously, McCoy being a second-round pick there right in the middle at the center position. But when you draft a tackle in the first round, when you've already got 2 other first-round tackles, like, maybe there's an opportunity to move some of those guys around. So not maybe today, because I think today's different than in September. But when you start the season in September, what do you think left to right it's going to look like?
It's an amazing question. I asked probably about 12 people this, over the last month since the draft, and I've gotten many different answers, but they all kind of fall into 3 buckets. And, obviously one of them is Banks at left, Fuaga, right? Put them in their natural positions and kind of roll from there. See if Penning can win a job on the inside. If not, go to Radens.
Yep.
The other one is, play him. Keep Fuaga left. Play him at right, that's an option. And then the one I kind of like, and I'm such a hypocrite because, like, my whole rant going into the draft is like, you can't draft a guard that high. But I think for a year, 1 year, just 1 year, if you keep him a guard, I feel like you miscalculated the value unless he becomes a Hall of Famer. But for 1 year, I feel like everything you do right now should be about Tyler Shuck and his development. Every single decision you make, if it means trading somebody in your QB room to get a veteran QB in to be his caddy because you think he needs that. I think you just go all in on everything to make him better. And I think the best line is the best five. And I just feel like Trevor Penning is probably one of the best five guys on the team.
Yeah.
And I feel like Trevor Penning can only play one position.
Okay,
so
you don't trust him moving
at that
to guard.
position. Yeah, you leave him at that position. You move Banks to the left guard. You leave Fuaga where he's at. You have a strength on the left side of the line. You let Shuck know, hey, you can roll out to the left every time. It's going to be strong right there. You're going to have two guys there that you can trust every single snap, and you get your best five out there for a season. And then a year from now, you get Banks in his natural position. You get Fuaga in his natural position, and you kind of build from there. But I feel like just given the pieces they have, I think that's going to end up being the best possible five, and I wouldn't be mad at it for a year. But if Banks is a long-term guard, I mean, that kind of stops at that draft spot.
Talking to Nick Underhill, Nick_Underhill, New Orleans on football is the site. I've been a proud subscriber for many, many years. If you want to stay on top of New Orleans Saints, New Orleans on football is a great, the best resource to do so with. Nick, last one for me. Did Tyler Shuck really get a flat tire? Or in a pothole? Or is this a bit of doing too much? Because he's been coached up very well. The opening meal at Drago's, I'll die on the field. Is the pothole flat tire real?
Whether it's real or not, that's almost look. If it's fake, I almost would respect it more than it being a real story. If he cares enough to find out that this is a New Orleans type thing to go through, that everybody's gotten a flat tire, and he game planned his first introductory press conference.
Like it.
I feel like he is going to be well prepared for everything. If you care about that detail, you are going to care about identifying everything in the opposing defense. I hope he lied. I want that to be a fake story.
Fair.
But I kind of feel like it's not, because I am aligned with, people that sell cars, and there was a service ticket. So
of course you found out there was a service ticket.
See, that's why you subscribe to New Orleans on football right there.
Wow.
Nick actually chased it down. Oh my God. Let's go, dude.
Yes.
Nice work. Nick Underhill.
I mean, I had a follow-up, but nothing's going to top that, so we're done.
Taking a break. Nick, you're the best, man. You have an excellent day, my friend.
All right, guys, take it easy.
Wow, just amazing black and gold takes right there, Jake.
I don't think I've ever heard any takes that are better than the two guys that just gave you that take.
And you can keep getting them by going ahead and liking, subscribing, ringing the bell to get notifications when we post. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next OTB Saints.